so that will be included on the Merry Hill end, but for most of the journey will be 731. And so here we are now at Standish, just waiting to hop on the 24 to Merry Hill. It's an ADL Enviro 200. It's operated by National Express West Midlands, previously Diamond, and also Hanson's and Igo. So let's just crack on and I'll see you on board. So then the journey's now starting on the 24 Dudley to Merry Hill, and we are just about to cross the Duncan Edwards bypass, and then we'll see the turn-off point for the 14A Dudley to Merry Hill via Oakham, which we filmed on Monday the 19th of April, and also served by the 14 Fox Yards to Howzone, which we filmed just on the approach to the coronavirus pandemic in 2020. And we're just now coming into Dixon's Green, and this is also covered by the 74A, well, in part of the 74A, and the 74A does a small loop, and it's only covered by that service, the small loop, and that is of course the 74A. And we're also alongside the 7, which used to be the 276 Dudley to Wollaston Junction, and the 19, which used to be the 244 Dudley to the QE Hospital via Hales Owen. And also the 12 Dudley to Birmingham, which used to be the 120, and 12A Dudley to Birmingham, but between Dudley and Albury it was the 121, and the Birmingham section the 120A. So anyway, we're just now going down the summit of the Buffery Road, but we're only going halfway down, and then we'll turn off onto the Sledmere. So the Sledmere will be coming up very shortly. So we're just now going down the summit right now. So anyway, we're just coming halfway down the summit, and so anyway, here we are just halfway down the summit, and we're just now turning left onto the Sledmere estate. Now, as you know, there's a lot of narrow lanes on this route, and don't confuse this as the 114 Telford to Bridge North, because the 114 Telford to Bridge North is a rural route, while this one's an urban route. So the 114 has countrysides and this one doesn't. But however, it does have a lot of points of interest to see while travelling on the service. So as you know, the lanes are so narrow on here. As you know, the roads are so tight, and this is why they use these ADL Enviro 200 short ones. They do rarely put long wheelbase on this service, but it's only now and again. It depends when they're needed for the service. And you will not actually see double-deckers come on this route, because basically the lanes are so tight to take the double-deckers, especially on the 17 these days, Stourbridge to Dudley, because previously it was used by double-deckers because it used to interwork with the 16 to Wolverhampton at Stourbridge. But they do send deckers on the 17A, which was the original 17, which replaced the old 257. So anyway, we're just now heading down along the Sledmere, and then we'll head into Springfield, which is another local area outside of Dudley. And the 24 was introduced to National Express in 2019. Previously it was operated by Diamond Buses, and Diamond Buses had the route back in 2017. They did do the route a long time ago as well, just way before Hanson's, and it was also done by Igo, and I assume Arriva did this service, or Midland Choice, because it used to be the 224 as well, if you remember. And when Diamond did the service, since I took over from Hanson's, it actually covered Old Hill, it covered Old Hill High Street, and we'll get to Old Hill later on in the video. And it served Raleigh Regis Hospital, and then in 2018 it was rerouted onto Gloucester Road, which was previously covered by the 129 service at the Maryhill to Birmingham through Blackheath, but that is now known as the 14A service. So we're now coming across the Sledmere, because I know this route does a lot of estates as well, and in my opinion it might look like the 70 Wolverhampton to Cannock, but a smaller version. The same go with the 67, the other Wolverhampton to Cannock, but you would not class this like the 71 service, the other Wolverhampton to Cannock, because there's 3 Wolverhampton to Cannock services. You used to have the 154 as well. So as you know, this route does go backwards and forwards in this direction as well, so it is very confusing as well, especially in the Dudley direction. And as you can see in the background, most of the seats are blocked off because of the coronavirus. They've been blocked off since 2020 when we went into this global pandemic, but we're soon getting out of this mess. And it was a difficult time, 2020, because the bus had to start doing capacity, social distancing, meaning we weren't allowed to mix with other people, because we all had to socially distance to prevent the spread of the coronavirus and wear face masks. So then we are just now continuing back to the journey now, and there are still a few more videos yet to come on the channel as well, which I'm going to make an announcement throughout now. So the next video after this will be the 5 Dudley to King Swinford, and we will start at Coronation Gardens, and we will actually do the Dudley bus station end when we do the rediscovery of the 205, which the route was renumbered back in 2018. And as well as that, we might do a comparison of a Maryhill to Dudley service via Neverton as well, so that might be very interesting, and that will include the 18 and then the 11 or the 11A, because, well, basically the 11 and the 11A both go the same way to Maryhill. They don't go on separate roads, so the 11 and the 11A will be also on the list. As you probably know, I did a Maryhill to Dudley comparison originally. I did the 7 versus the 8, but now it will be time for the 18 and the 11s. So I'll start with the 18 and come back on the 11s, and then we'll decide which one will be quicker in between the 2 specific locations. Well, mainly I'd recommend the 11 or maybe the 18, but who knows. So what we'll do, we'll decide that when we do the comparison of the 18 versus the 11 or the 11A, and then from after that there won't be videos after them too for a few days or weeks, and then the next following week there'll only be one video. Well, the next following one will be a few days later maybe, and that will include the 8, the Hales Park to, well, Rifle Range to Hales Park. The Rifle Range section used to be known as the number 1, and the Hales Park section used to be known as the number 2. So we'll cover the 8, and then we'll also do a Snowport adventure as well, or might do the 17A, the rediscovery of the old 257. So anyway, here we see 6791 and E400 MMC Platinum on an X8 service towards Wolverhampton from Birmingham. And as you probably know, the X8 then goes on to the 8 towards Gloucester Farm, and the 8 used to go to the Wren's Nest estate, and before that it was numbered the X96. The X8 used to be known as the 140 and also the 241, which was a direct service from Dudley to Hales Owen, but however the 241 is now going through Tividale and Oakham, which is now numbered as the 14 service, meaning Dudley no longer has a direct link to Hales Owen. The same goes with a direct link to Cradley Heath. As you probably know, there used to be a 124 service that was faster than 24 between Dudley and Cradley Heath. So anyway, we're just covering another estate. As you probably know, there are lots of tight estates on this route, far too many, and it's really tight to send larger vehicles down here. So anyway, we're just going along, going up a loop, and then we'll come out in Springfield. And as you probably also know, we're also close to the popular Warren's Hall, which is a bit of a similar like version to Kinveridge maybe, or part of Baggeridge Country Park as well, because it feels like National Trust. So you've got Warren's Hall to see here as well. And we're just now going, so anyway, we're just now going along side up into the Springfield, and of course up ahead, as you might know, to the left, if you might not see it, that will actually be the Rowley Hills with the iconic radio mast on, and that's also popular because you can see it from miles away as well, because it's an iconic hill. Of course, you've got Malvern Hills as well to see, and you've got Clee Hills, which is over near Ludlow and Cleobury Mortimer, and the Malvern Hills is by Great Malvern and Worcester in Worcestershire. And of course, you've got Wrekin Hills near Telford and Shrewsbury in Shropshire. So anyway, back to the route. So we're now going along the Dalton Road. Well, we'll be nearly approaching Dalton Road. And Dalton Road's another summit, but that's no longer served by any bus route at all. Previously, it was served by the old 208 Dudley to Merry Hill, but the 208 was scrapped and replaced by the 14A, meaning there's no service going directly down that summit towards Merry Hill, and that even connected on to Raleigh Regis Hospital. So there's no summit going down that route anymore, which is a shame, because it was so good when I used to do it as the 208. I never did the full vlog of the 208 before, and could have done it previously, but I never came to it. The same went with the original 24 as well. So we're just now coming up towards Raleigh Regis Golf Club, Golf Club. So I have corrected it myself. So we're coming to the Raleigh Regis driving range. Part of it is now turned into housing, and of course we're actually rejoined with the 14A service, which we did on Monday the 19th of April, if you haven't remembered, and I will put the link in at the bottom just after I completed this video. So, well, it'll be just right below. Sorry, I didn't mean to say completed this video. So we're soon approaching Blackheath as well, and also Blackheath is also home of the popular Blackheath Weatherspoons, and of course you've got Blackheath Market, and of course you've got Sainsbury's as well. You've got Sainsbury's in Blackheath. And anyway, here is Raleigh Regis Church, the Church of St Giles. It's a square tower similar to St Mary's Church at Swanage as well. However, the difference with St Giles Church in Raleigh Regis and St Mary's at Swanage, St Giles is a red brick church, while Swanage St Mary's is actually a stone. Swanage St Mary's Church has a black clock, while St Giles is a white clock. So anyway, we're just coming to Blackheath very shortly, so we'll soon be arriving at Blackheath. However, this route does not go directly into Blackheath. This does like a loop and then goes alongside and then faces a northbound direction of the 4M service from Merry Hill towards Walsall, and then it faces the Merry Hill direction and then goes down towards Raleigh Regis Hospital, which is in the Brickhouse Farm area. So we're just going down right now. So going down the summit, we're now gone onto a side street, and as you know, this route does a lot of side streets, and we'll then face a Walsall direction of the 4M, and then we'll turn round in part of Blackheath town centre and then face the Maryhill direction of the 4M, because we'll be joining up with the 4M service, the Maryhill to Walsall service. And this is actually the crew of the 4 corridor as well, and that also includes, well, the crew of the 4s, meaning you've got the 4M Maryhill to Walsall, 4H Hayley Green to Walsall, and the 4 Blackheath to Walsall. So the crew of the 4s are operated by National Express for the 4M and the 4, but however the 4H is not only just operated by National Express West Midlands, Diamond Bus also do the service as well. So we are just now going along towards Blackheath shortly. So we're coming to Blackheath very shortly, and of course this is also home to the popular Blackheath spoons as well. If I forgot to say as well, but I've definitely said it. Of course you've got Blackheath Sainsbury's, Blackheath Market. You also got loads of independent shops, and you also have a Wilko, which used to be a Quick Save, and also a Lidl. So anyway, as you know, my finger's pointing to the turn-off point, which used to be known as the 129, now the 14A, as the 14A then does a summit and then actually does the zigzag. And the zigzag is actually referred to going down the slide of the summit towards Old Hill. And that is a similar version to the 19 service, Telford to Shrewsbury. It used to be the 9 2-hour service from Telford to Wolverhampton, going down the Jiggers Bank towards Coalbrookdale in the Ironbridge Gorge boundary. So anyway, we're just approaching Blackheath, and we'll be doing a turn round, and we'll be going past a few shops before heading down the summit towards Brickhouse Farm. So anyway, we're just coming towards the Blackheath town centre, where there's a few shops only to see, and then we'll proceed down the summit and into Brickhouse Farm. So anyway, here we are just approaching Blackheath town centre right now. So here are the row of shops in Blackheath town centre, and got the Betfred and the West Brom. So anyway, we're now facing in the direction, and then we're going to go down the summit and on to Brickhouse Farm. So then we're just now coming to the bottom of the summit, and we have just now arrived at Brickhouse Farm. And Brickhouse Farm was previously served by the 208 Dudley to Merry Hill, and also the 24 used to come down here years ago, but now it's finally back over here. You used to have the 3, which still does, but used to go into Raleigh Regis Hospital when it was the 289 service, Merry Hill to West Bromwich. And the 289 used to use B7s, Volvos, right click servants, but nowadays it's Scania Omnilinks. And anyway, we're just now coming up to Raleigh Regis Hospital right now. And so there's only 2 services that come here now, the 24 and also the 4A. So anyway, as you know, Raleigh Regis Hospital is only a small hospital. It's a bit similar to the Princess of Wales Hospital in Bromsgrove as well. So it's like a smaller kind of hospital. So anyway, here we are coming into Raleigh Regis Hospital, and so anyway, here we are at the Raleigh Regis Hospital in the Brickhouse Farm area. And so we're just now heading out of Raleigh Regis Hospital and heading back down the summit to the bottom end of Brickhouse Farm, and we will then go on the opposite side of Rowley, so over nearly Raleigh Regis. So I know, like, Raleigh Regis is such a big area, and however Raleigh Regis rail station is not actually in Raleigh Regis itself, it's actually in Blackheath. It should have been named Blackheath. So anyway, here's Raleigh Regis Cemetery, Brickhouse Farm. So we're then going to turn off and then go alongside Raleigh area, and then we'll head on towards Derby End as well. So Derby End at Neverton. So the 24 used to go along that way and into Old Hill, but we'll come to Old Hill later on. So anyway, we're just now going into the industrial estate area of Raleigh Regis, and the journey so far has been fantastic, and we shall soon be arriving, and we'll soon be ending at Craven Heath, and then we'll do the version to Merry Hill that was covered on the 14A on Monday the 19th of April. And so anyway, we're just coming towards the Raleigh area, and we'll also see the summit from where the 3 covers, because the 3 still covers half the summit, but doesn't go directly to the top of the summit. And also you've got the Arc cleaning car wash as well. Well, there used to be an Arc cleaning car wash in Raleigh and also at Merry Hill, because Arc used to share with the Asda petrol stations as well. And we're just now heading to turn off, and then we'll come into Derby End, and also we will be joining up with the number 7 service. I did get confused that the 24 used to turn off quickly before going up to the cemetery. It actually shares the same route. So we're now coming up towards nearly at the turn off point, and then we'll head on towards Derby End, and then we'll turn off at the Aldi, past the Lidl and into Old Hill. So anyway, we're just coming up towards the turn off point now nearly. Well, the turn off where we'll rejoin with the number 7, but only as far as the turn off by Lidl, Aldi, and also that furniture shop, the independent furniture shop that's located opposite. So anyway, here we come now to the turn off point where we're partly with the number 7 service, the Dudley to Wollaston Junction. We filmed the number 7 way before the coronavirus pandemic, and we also did that in the comparison video of the we also did it in the comparison video of the Dudley to Merry Hill service, Dudley to Merry Hill comparison, and also we did it in the 124 rediscovered Dudley to Craigie Heath as well. So, and also the 282 as well. If you remember, did the 282 Dudley to Dudley towards Merry Hill to Gornal via Dudley. So here we are, just waiting at the traffic lights, and then we'll be turning left and then going up towards the Aldi and then going down towards Old Hill. And as you probably know, this is a bit of a scenic version with the number 7 and part with the 14A and the 18 as well, and also other routes. It's also, like I say, it is shared with other routes as well that are closer to the service. The 14A is actually a scenic version to the 14, and then in with the 12s, and then in with the 3s, part of the 3s and the X8, and also then do a lot of scenic version. There's a lot of routes that are scenic, and even part with the 28 and the 18. So anyway, here we are, just approaching the turn-off point at Gloucester Road right now, and then we're going to go down towards Old Hill, down the summit. Now I keep saying summit because we're just going down the slope towards Old Hill, down the summit and into Old Hill. So we shall soon be going in towards Old Hill. And also Old Hill does have a train link. It's served by West Midlands Railway on the Snow Hill line from Worcester to Birmingham, and even onto Stratford-upon-Avon and Dorwich. And occasionally Chiltern Railway services go through here on their London Marylebone service in Kidderminster. But mainly all Chiltern Railway services start in Birmingham at Birmingham Snow Hill and also Birmingham Moor Street. So then we're just about to turn off left and then go past the Lidl and down in towards Old Hill. And then after Old Hill we'll then go on towards the turn off point where we'll do another tight road. And actually there is a big secret that's going to be shared here, and you might recognise a few names, like of places, and also a name of a familiar name that you'll see later on in the video. So there is some secrets that I've got to tell you just later on. So anyway, we're just now going past the Lidl now at Netherton, so we're just now going down the summit and heading in towards Old Hill. So we shall soon be arriving at Old Hill, and then we're going to proceed towards, so we shall soon be proceeding towards part of Cradley area, well, part of Cradley and part of Netherton, because like they're in between each other. So here we are, just nearly approaching, so anyway, we just arrived at Old Hill. Of course there's a KFC here, and also there's a few shops. You don't get many shops here in Old Hill that much. So anyway, here we are coming into Old Hill town centre, so we'll then proceed to somewhere that you might know that I'm familiar with. You might be familiar with, and it's going to be a big secret that I'm going to tell you viewers, and you might know the name because it's also named after a station within London, and you probably might know the name. So anyway, we're just coming towards Old Hill, and we're going to turn right and then go along to find that secret, because like I say, I like to show you some secrets on certain journeys which you might be familiar with, even to have a laugh and a joke with. And so anyway, we're just about to turn off and cover the rest of the 208 service, and here is that big secret which I'm going to share with you just now. So anyway, we're just about to climb up, and so we're coming towards the small turn off very shortly, and you'll probably guess what it is. So we shall soon be turning off onto that iconic name, which we all know, and even for train enthusiasts, if you might know, it's also named after a station in London. It's on the London Underground network. It's served by the Circle, District and Piccadilly lines, and you probably guess what this road is coming up. Have you guessed? So we shall nearly be at the turn off point, and the road coming up is Gloucester Road. So we're now going along Gloucester Road, not to be confused with Gloucester Road in London on the Circle, District and Piccadilly lines, and this was also covered by the 208. Of course, you've got Exeter Road and also Norwich Road as well, so there's a lot of different roads on the coast, on like the east coast and the south, and of course you've got Lincoln as well in Lincolnshire. So we're now coming along Gloucester Road now, and then we will be proceeding over towards the last part, which will be the 124 service, the Dudley to Craigie Heath, and that will also be towards the back end of the former Quick Save store. Now, the former Quick Save store in Neverton started as Quick Save, then it changed to Summerfields, then it returned to Quick Save, and then it became a Netto, and then Netto was branded as Asda. So we're just about to turn right, and then proceeding towards the loop that will be covered, that was covered by the former 124 service. So anyway, here we go. We're just going round the back end of the former Asda store in just now covered the 124 service, and we're now approaching Cradley Heath, just going alongside the Tesco Extra store, which had opened in 2007. And we'll then proceed down Cradley Heath High Street and then into Cradley Heath interchange, and then we'll proceed on to Merry Hill. So anyway, we're just now heading along, and we're just passing the side of the Tesco Extra. And as you know, this Tesco Extra has 3 access points, well, 2 shopping levels, but actually 3 stories. The lowest story is actually the underground car park. Then you've got the main level, which is the open air car park as well, and the main shopping level. And then the upper mezzanine is actually the upper level, and that's also where the clothing is located, and also the Costa Coffee. But Costa Coffee is closed at the moment because of the coronavirus pandemic. So anyway, we're just heading into Cradley Heath, and to the left used to be the former Church of St Luke's in Cradley Heath. So anyway, we're going into Cradley Heath High Street now, and so we're just going into Cradley Heath High Street, and then we'll proceed in towards Cradley Heath interchange. And what I would like to say to you all guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you liked it as much as we do, and I'll see you again on the next trip, which will be the 5 Dudley to King Swinford, which is going to be yet another exciting vlog, which even I look excited to do. And then we'll cover the Merry Hill to Dudley comparison via Neverton, which will also be another exciting video to do as well. So we will be doing a lot of exciting fun at some point next week, on next vlog. All depend on the weather forecast, and should have some good days like today, hopefully, fingers crossed, and the weather remaining good. So we just got to Cradley Heath High Street, done a good journey on the 24 Dudley to Merry Hill, and we'll soon be ending. And like I say, look after yourselves guys, keep safe, and also we will get through this nasty, this terrible coronavirus pandemic, because I know this coronavirus pandemic has let us all down. Of course, all my bus journeys in 2020 had came to an abrupt end, all because due to the pandemic affecting the travel, because then that means travelling was only for essential. But however, the government's advice has now changed, so public transport is not just for essential travel anymore, but there's only a limited amount of videos to do at the moment, but sure get back to pre-COVID eventually at some point, so who knows. So anyway, we're just now approaching the turn off, and we shall soon be arriving at Cradley Heath interchange. So anyway, here we are, and I will see you on the next part of the video. So anyway, we're just now approaching Cradley Heath interchange, just gone past the Lidl, so we're just now arriving at Cradley Heath interchange, and I will see you in the next parts of the video. Stay safe, and remember, hands, face to space. Don't forget, take care of yourselves, don't worry, be happy, and I'll see you on another video just straight back into better in a not too distant future. Well, I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. So anyway, Cradley Heath interchange, and I'll see you on the other part of the vlog that was filmed on the 14A. Thank you for watching. Right then guys, we're just now leaving Cradley Heath interchange, and this was filmed on the 14A on Monday the 19th of April, but actually covers the same route as the 24 all the way up to Merry Hill. So thank you very much for watching. Just enjoy the remainder of the video with no commentary, as this is the final bit. So thank you very much for watching, look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.